If you're thinking about buying an e-bike, it's an absolute nightmare out there, a complete minefield of different choices. Now in this video, I'm going to run through some ideas what might help you decide on what e-bike to buy. Now one thing worth considering is the laws for your country. Where are you going to be using your e-bike? Are you going to be using it off-road like me? If you are, well then the laws don't really come into play because you're on private ground. But if you were to ride it through the streets or towns, then you might want to consider the laws for your country. Okay, I've got 3 bikes here. I think I've chosen wisely because they cover a wide range of scenarios. First of all, we've got the Engine Pro. Now this is a 1000-watt motor with a throttle. And here we have my, should we call it my daily rider, which is the Go Best GF600 in the Skill School branding. This is a 1000-watt e-mountain bike. They call it the fat tyre mountain bike. And here we have the Scott Lumin E-Ride 910. It's a UK legal e-mountain bike. Lots of specifications on this one. We'll talk about specs in a second. So I think that's pretty much covered everything you're going to need when looking for a style of e-bike. The Engui is a folding e-bike. The Skill School Go Best is an e-fat tyre mountain bike, and this is a dedicated UK legal mountain trail e-bike. But there is a difference, especially in price. This one is currently about £900 delivered. Once again, around £900 to £1,000 delivered. And this one has a retail price of £6,400. So, do you get what you pay for? Let's start off with the Engui Engine Pro. It's a folding bike, so it means you can just fold it up, put it in the car, you're good to go. It's got about 50 Newton meters of torque. It has a throttle, full light set including a brake light, comes restricted to 15 miles an hour, but with a couple of presses of buttons you can de-restrict it, that's up to you. 750 to 1000 watt, 8-speed Shimano gears. It's got a generic but functional suspension front and rear. The shock absorbers really aren't that great, but what do you expect for the money? 2-pot hydraulic calipers, 5 levels of pedal assist. It's got various carrying options. This is a great little workhorse, and we use it as our camera support vehicle when we're out filming in the woods and the trails. It's great, we can get all our cameras in the bag. It goes up hills without any problem. There's loads of torque because it's got that bigger motor, and it's just built like a tank. It's quite heavy, weighing in at about £65, and being heavy and small wheeled, it's not great in mud and sand. This one's an entry-level mountain e-bike, but it's great for getting fit on because you can use the higher pedal assist levels and the throttle if you want, and then as your fitness increases you can start lowering the pedal assist levels. I love this bike, and it's really starting to get my fitness going in the right direction. This is the halfway house between the Scott and the Engui. It's got a quarter throttle, it's a fat tyre e-bike, 5 levels of pedal assist, 750 to 1000 watt motor, 7-speed Shimano gears. It comes restricted, but you can easily de-restrict it if you so wish. It's got a front light, 2-pot calipers which are cable assisted. It's quite heavy, weighing in at about £65 again. It's very low geared, so it's not so good on the road. You tend to be pedaling quite a lot, but it's great off-road. Once again, it's got the generic front suspension, no rear suspension on this, but you run the fat tyres. It's about 15 psi to compensate having no rear suspension. It's a very good entry-level fitness building bike. And as you can see, these 2 bikes have really done some work, and they've never let me down. There's a couple of things that spring to mind here. Because this Lumin is under 16 kilos, lifting it onto a bike rack is going to be no problem at all. And I don't know what the IP rating is, but I have a lot more confidence in jet washing this one than those 2. Now this really is the creme de la creme, but is it? At 6,400 you think that would be a top of the range, but the top of the range Scott Lumen is between 14 and 15,000 pounds. It's got all carbon fibre wheels, spokes, the list goes on. It's got a lovely quiet TQ motor which is about 250 watts, but what I like about it is the motor's silent. You depend on the gears, you depend on pedal effort, and the more pedal effort you put in, the more the motor rewards you. So we've got 4-pot calipers in this, so stopping's no problem at all. They're hydraulic, they're Shimano. We've got 12-speed Shimano gears which can really get you out of trouble. It is a pleasure to use, and the front suspension and the rear suspension can be adjusted by the levers on the handlebars. You've got 3 settings. You've got lockout for road use and climbing hills, a midsection for obviously soft roading, and then you've got full float which is 130mm for that tough off-road sort of stuff. Let's not forget the carbon frame with the integrated rear shocks. It makes it really easy to clean, and it's out of the way of all the dust and dirt. Also on the handlebars there's another lever, and that is a hydraulic seat dropper, so you can raise and lower the seat on the fly. Steering geometry is set up lovely. It's as straight as a die, even through the muddiest conditions. And if you watch some Scott Lumen videos there on YouTube, you can see what this machine can really do, way beyond my capabilities, that's for sure. And as you can see here, this is a one-piece carbon fibre frame. The battery is integrated into this small down tube. It's only a 350 watt battery, but it still manages to put out 50 Newton meters of torque, and that's the same as those 2 big boys over there. This really is a different level mountain bike, but you pay the price. So all in all, I think we can safely say that this one is made to a standard. The other 2, although they're good bikes, they're kind of made to a price. So what don't I really like about these 2? Let's put these 2 in the same bracket. They're quite heavy compared to the Scott. They're built to a price rather than a standard. Spares can be a little bit of a problem, so you need to go online and do a bit of searching, but they are still available. The manufacturers are really quite good these days. And of course, we've got the legality side of things living in the UK. So I hope that's given you a little bit of an insight into buying your first e-bike. We've got plenty of videos over on the Skill School channel, and we've got a Skill School website, so get over there and find out a little bit more about e-bikes. Well, if this video's brought you any entertainment or value, why not leave a comment below, perhaps a thumbs up, or even subscribe, who knows, and we can test some more e-bikes in the future together. Bye for now.